Hey Thomas, how are you again?
Jonathan, I'm doing amazing, amazing. How are you doing today?
Doing great, doing great.
Good, good. Let's chat about avoiding pitfalls and let's use stop wasting money. Want to go that route?
Let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so let's talk about as a company owner and all the company owners out there or people that want to be an owner of a company. One of the key things that we see in ourselves is that companies waste money all over the place in the marketing they're doing, in anything and everything. There's ways that you can be leaner with how you're spending your money and going over that on I mean, we do it monthly, right? We'll go through our books monthly to see what we're spending, what are we using, what are we not using, what are we wasting on. Marketing as a big whole is a huge part, and we audit a lot of marketing companies that are doing marketing for other people and doing marketing for companies themselves. And we see that there are a lot of companies out there that are spending big money on things like Meta ads, Facebook, Instagram or Google ads, or they're doing tactics like SEO and just, other web design type work. And the money that they're spending is huge, and the results that they're yielding is terrible. So
Mhm.
we go through and we figure out how can you save money, where can you save money without losing any actual conversions. So I have
Mhm.
one prime example. We had a client that was spending over $100,000 a month in Google Ads. He was doing good enough that he never thought about figuring out how to save money, but we reviewed his account, we went through it, and we were able to save $60,000 on a monthly basis while still maintaining the type of conversions that he was getting. So think about that. You're that's a big company. Most companies aren't spending anywhere near that, but that's a big company that's spending a lot of money and it's doing enough that they don't have to worry about what they're spending, but you can be very lean with what you're doing. And he was spending 60,000 over what he should have been spending. So that's just one huge example, but there are smaller examples. Are you using a phone
What
system?
what industry was he in?
They were in the crypto industry.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
they were spending a lot of money, and I mean, it's laughable the type of mistakes that we found, and that any professional would be able to do that. It was just terrible. So we saved a lot of money, and we still maintain quality conversions,
Jonathan, let
consistent
me
conversions.
ask you, did you find that was he doing this, so they were doing this on their own, or were they advised? Were they bullshitted?
So he had a pay-per-click company managing this account.
Okay.
So he thought he was doing the right things. He's a good person. He thought he hired a reputable company. When we went through the account, we noticed there's a change log that you can see the amount of changes that the company made in the campaign. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like you can see what are they doing, and we noticed that in the last month that they did one change. So he's spending whatever it is, $5,000, $10,000 to a company to manage this campaign, and
Hmm.
they're not managing it the right way. They lost a lot of money for him on foolish spending, and we
Hmm.
came in, we made it very lean, we saved a lot of money, and uh, you'll find there's a lot of companies out there that are not really caring, like they're spending their own money, they're just spending their clients' money, so they don't care. When we come in the door, we look at everybody's company like it's ours. So you as a company owner need to have your best interest at heart. You need to figure out what are you spending, how are you spending it, are you seeing
Hmm.
a positive result for it, are you tracking it, are you able to figure out what you're getting for what you're spending? Because a lot of people, that's another thing. People are not tracking what they're spending. They're not tracking the results they're yielding. They're just assuming it all comes together and it's all good. Uh,
One thing I found when, especially when companies start growing, getting larger, they lose sight of like the overall expenses of what's happening. And you used a word earlier in your conversation, you used the word lean. And, you really have to keep that mentality of being lean with your expenses. I'm not saying be cheap, but you have to be thrifty in what you do. Because
yeah.
the reason why your business got to the point it was because you were actually working it step by step, spending the money and watching the money, you know. But you have to have a guiding hand and a trusting hand, especially if going to say like an outside marketing company like you. All right. You got to be able to trust that person and they're going to work with you. And it's up to that marketing company to create that trust. So if that trust is made, that business owner is going to have a good relationship with you, probably better than they're going to have with their employees, and they're feeding you and you're feeding them with the results.
It's a big thing. You should always be getting phone calls or getting meetings with your marketing company. If they don't give you the option, you should be asking for it, because you want them to be kind of like an extension of your company, a partner of your company, that they have
100%.
the best, their best interest is to make sure that you're succeeding. Because if you're succeeding, they're not, they secured their position with your company. But
Yeah.
if I mean, there are so many things that you need for your marketing person to do a good job, that if they're not talking to you on a regular basis, they don't know the ins and outs anymore of your business. It might change. It might be seasonality part of it. So
Mhm.
just just keep that in mind. And there are a huge amount of things after this that you need to think about how to stop wasting money in your company. And we can
Oh,
maybe we talk about this, on a regular basis, because
Uh, yeah, we'll talk about different pitfalls, but this one in particular, this is a major pitfall, and business owners, you have to still be consistent. You can't say, "Hey, I'm going to go out on my boat for 4 days out of the 5 work day work week." Don't work that way. Stay on top of things, because you can lose sight, and if you lose in sight, you're going to lose money, and you don't want to make that happen.
just be thorough, right? Be thorough with what you're doing. Don't shop on price, right? Because we know people that will shop just on money, right? So if you say that this person's going to charge you 2,500 and this person's going to charge you 3,000, automatically don't just go to 2,500, because who knows what this person may be providing you. So you have to get the full picture. What are they giving you? What are they providing?
Mhm.
How's your communication going to be? And then figure out, does it make sense to go with the 25 or the 3,500 option, or whatever it may be.
Listen, business owners should be analyzing the possible relationship. It could be a 3,000, 5,000, 2,000, but you analyze it and you go with your gut feeling after you're interviewing this person, like you would interview bringing a CFO into your company. Same thing when you're bringing an outside marketing company, you interview them, because you got to create a bond of trust. And that's the bottom line. All right, listen, we're going to wrap it up. Appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up. All right. Subscribe if you haven't. And hopefully it's been creative knowledge for you. You guys have a great day. Take care.
Yeah, everyone.